I'm here with Charles Bissell and Kevin Whalen of the Wrens, who were so kind to meet up with me here in New York at one of Kevin's favorite Irish bars. For those of you who were like me and up until a few months ago didn't know that these guys even existed, the Wrens, I read a great quote about them.
That includes several band members.
Yeah, read a really great quote about them in my research that I thought really surmised you guys pretty well. And it said that the Wrens make rock music for adults, not emotionally stunted, whiny adults like Counting Crows, not very, very, very rich adults like you two, but adults with a second mortgage and credit card debt, adults who are preparing for a performance review at work, you in other words, music that knows that compromises you make between what you want to do and what you must do. This toll takes on yourself and your relationships. As Bissell sings and everyone choose sides, one of many highlights in the Meadowlands, bored and rural poor, Lord at 45 right, I'm the best 17-year-old ever. Thus.
That's one of the best things we ever wrote about ourselves. That's it. And that's easy.
So I guess, you know, let's kind of start off with the most recent events. You guys were at Sasquatch. Some of the stuff I read was that Kevin Whalen was the most animated person. In fact, somebody said that you broke your bass.
Yeah, you know, something happened with the pedals and the chords come out, so we lost it. We gave the bass to the audience.
Yes.
And then it just sort of came back not as intact as we hoped. And it was only, unfortunately, on the first song, so.
Oh no.
Yeah, it took a little while, but.
Well, you know, speaking of your bass, I mean, I asked your publicist, you know, should we start a Kevin Whalen bass fund to get you a new one, because my goodness, it's I haven't seen that much duct tape in quite a long time.
Yeah, that bass is extremely important. That bass is we need a fund. The bass only cost $125 when I was 16, and it's been at every show we've ever played, and I've only played one bass.
$3,500 in today's money.
Yeah, in today's money it's like 3.5.
Right.
But yeah, and then it was sawed off by Jerry and I, so we sawed off the horns. It has nails. It's one of my favorite pieces in our collection.
So I know on there that there is, I'm pretty sure I saw a mass card.
Yeah, there's some mass cards on there. Yeah, that was for our father.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Greg and I. Our dad died 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
It's 2003. It's 6 years ago.
It's kind of odd because we all had parents die almost in succession. You know,
right.
Charles's mom passed away, then our father passed away, and Jerry's dad passed away, almost all within 3 months.
It's so weird.
It's really odd.
And that's what there's GWW sketch in there. I'm guessing that's your dad.
That actually is for my cousin.
Oh.
Yeah, it's sort of like tattoos. You know how you live your life? I live my life on the bass.
I see.
My cousin passed away of cystic fibrosis. I'm sorry, this is kind of a not bar conversation, but anyway.
For someone that lives their life on their bass, you really think you'd be better.
I know. I would have flowers on it and some sort of happiness.
I meant playing it better.
Everyone knows. We're looking at you, but it's kind of odd to be looking at us. So all of you out there, every time you'll see us go like this and then like this, I'm just imagining all these people like they kept checking themselves out all the time.
Yeah, so this is
because it's kind of odd.
You ever see like a
and we look like Laurel Hardy.
Yeah, except I'm somehow both Laurel and Hardy in one
check it out.
Beefy head held up by a thin neck stalk.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So yeah, this is on the computer, but she's sitting behind the computer, so we're either looking at the camera or at our own crazy ass display or the interrogator.
And then when I look down, I'm like, it gets me really alarmed.
Oh my god. On that note, what were your musical influences like as kids? Like, what did you...
Sibelius. How'd you think?
It's good.
It's pretty good, huh?
What?
Sibelius, yeah. Only Sibelius. Yeah. Classical music. Let's see. Who else? The Mummers.
The Mummers?
Yeah. The Mummers number 2. Liberace, always in there.
That's...
Number 3, huge. I met Liberace.
I know, that's a question.
That's a question.
Actually.
That's a big deal.
So, but I mean, so did you grow up in a musical household? I mean, the fact that you and your brother are in a band, you know, that must make your parents really excited. It's good none of you play drums, I guess. Are there other siblings that are pissed off that they didn't get to be part of things, or?
That would be a good story. It turns out there was like another sibling I hadn't even met. You're like, you know, Frankie. And they're like, who the hell's Frankie?
We gave up Frankie a long time ago. Was your family musical? Not like the Partridge Family, but...
Yeah, it was my older sister that played tambourine on her hip. And Danny is always in trouble. No, I mean, well, my dad plays sax.
Oh, that's right.
And my mom was always playing, like, Irish rebel songs, so, like,
Really?
you know, the bold Fenian men inside and out, but...
And the wild Irish, wild colonial boy
Wild colonial
stuff.
boy.
Yeah.
There you go.
And all of the Kitty, which is always Poe's song. It's a song, Kitty.
Right.
It's an old, kills me. Kills me every time.
So if you have an Irish connection, you're just stuck to music. So, yeah, it's all musical.
I see. What sort of music was played in your house? So that was the type of stuff you said was played in your house as kids? Like your parents were big fans of Liberace?
Mamas and Papas. My mom and dad had one record, Mamas and Papa's Greatest Hits, so that's,
my God.
That's what I
That's a
would
good
listen
one.
to, yeah.
Yeah?
Listen to that over and over again.
And your dad was a saxophone player?
Yeah, he still is. He got back into it then late after a long break. But yeah, so he was like into like
Jazz and whatnot?
yeah, like kind of like the, you know, yeah.
Charles's father is Ornette Coleman.
Yeah, that would be so.
Please look it up on the internet
That would
right
be
now.
so
Ornette
rockin'.
Coleman.
If my dad was Ornette Coleman,
That would be so
would not be
like,
here. I'd be Ornette Denora Coleman. I'd be playing drums for
junior.
Dad. Yeah, so he still plays, and yeah, typical, you know, Camelot and show tunes and that kind of crap.
You're a Kennedy?
Yeah, my house.
Why haven't
my
you
house
told
was
me?
like Camelot. Yeah.
That's how they're able to afford still to play all these years later.
Exactly.
He's living. He says he's a working musician, but we now know the truth.
Yeah. Oh no, he's not a working musician.
No, you.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Because
exactly.
you're a Kennedy.
Yeah.
Keep up. Come on.
We have Wrens pipe through the compound. It's true.
Kevin, what was your? You play bass and you play piano.
Yeah.
So what did you start with? How old were you? You seem to be
You want to
pretty.
take that question?
He started with the piano as a, I think as a fetus, and he's hoping to move into the bass in his mid to late 50s.
I'm going to get around to the bass. Seriously. All you kids, quit practicing. This rocks.
don't practice.
Yeah. Skip it. Yeah, I'm not a very good bass player. For all the real bass players out there.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
He's
I
just,
see.
he's just fine.
Just fine. It's going to get into 20 years.
So,
Exactly.
so you. But what did you? So you. Why, wait. So why
I
are
took piano
you?
lessons and yeah.
And basically, I'm gonna guess that for some reason you got pushed to bass because you said you're not a good bass player. So why did you end up playing bass?
Because I wanted to stand out with these guys. I don't want to sit in the back like Billy Joel or something.
I see.
And you can't jump off of amplifiers with a piano.
Kevin, how exactly did you come to meet Liberace? And the picture that you'll see on some cassette if you go on their website, ladies and gentlemen.
Every summer, there's a lot of kids that don't know Liberace. But every summer they would, what the hell are you laughing at? Is this serious?
You.
Effing story.
On camera, I'm laughing at you.
Seriously.
On camera.
Every summer I would go with my parents to Resorts Casino, Resorts International Casino
In Atlantic City?
in Atlantic City.
Resorts International Casino, perchance you know it. It's a gambling establishment by the
And
seaside.
we would see a fine Liberace show once a year because I was playing the piano, and my mom somehow got us backstage, and I got to meet Liberace, and he was fantastic. The man could fly in a white fur coat.
Could he?
He had a diamond Cadillac.
He did. He did.
Most of us will never have a diamond
He
Cadillac.
did.